Yes.
Okay, so today we are going to cover the further topic and especially the PCOD and the PCOS. Okay, so before moving to the further, need to understand what is the condition of the PCOD and the PCOS. So first term that comes, it is the PCOS. That means the polycystic ovary syndrome. A kind of situation when there is a disturbance happen inside your ovary. Ovary, we have the reproductive area. We have the one ovary to the right side and another to the left side. The function of the ovary is the development of the ovum, that means the egg, and also the secretion of the estrogen hormone, that is very, very important for the woman sexual processes and for the further pregnancy. So now what is happening? Uh, in the condition of the polycystic ovary syndrome, there is a disturbance inside the ovary, and what you will going to be have, what are the symptoms that are going to be have, that the disturbance in the monthly menstrual cycle. So the menstrual cycle might be delayed for the very long time and very in a very irregular manner. At the same time, it can come and there will be the very less difference from one cycle to the next cycle. That is the polycystic ovary syndrome. But when you neglect this thing for the long time, what? The polycystic ovary syndrome. For example, it happened to your one time, you have just ignored it, then it will become normal for the few times, and again it will become in the disturbed form. And if you are completely neglecting it or do not taking care about it, do not take any step about it, then it is going to be converted into the disease. So now you are going to have the problem forever in your body, that is the polycystic ovary disease. So we have to start working from the polycystic ovary syndrome. So there are the certain asanas that are going to be helpful for the condition of the PCOD and the PCOS. So the certain asanas for the PCOD and the PCOS, all the asanas that create the stretching in your abdominal region. So those asanas should not be done during the menstrual time. When you are running in a menstrual time, जब आपका periods time चल रहा हो, in that duration we should not perform those asanas. So when we need to perform the asanas in the free time, when the menstrual does not running, at that time we need to perform those exercise regularly. So there are the certain asanas that will create the stretch in your abdomen, twist in your abdomen, and bending of your abdomen with the conscious breathing. All those asanas are going to be very, very beneficial in the condition of the PCOD and the PCOS. So what are those asanas? The stretching of the abdominal are the Bhujangasana, then Chakrasana, Ustrasana, Dhanurasana. Okay, these four asanas create the stretching in your abdominal region. Once again, I will repeat the name: Bhujangasana, Chakrasana, Ustrasana, and Dhanurasana, in which the Dhanurasana give a wonderful result in the condition of the PCOD and the PCOS. Okay, कौन सा? Dhanurasana, which create a lots of blood circulation towards your abdominal region. Now the next few asanas that are come in the category for curing the condition of the PCOD and the PCOS, all the twisting poses. Twisting, the lower back twisting poses also very, very beneficial. For example, the Vakrasana and the Matsyendrasana. Okay, once again I will repeat them: the Vakrasana and the Matsyendrasana. If you're getting confused about any of those asanas, I'll demonstrate you that how to perform that particular asana if you are confusing with the name of the asana. Okay, so which one, the Vakrasana or the Martya Sendra Asana. It could be Purna, it could be Ardha Martya Sendra. Okay, there are so many variations of the Martya Sendra Asana. Then the Vakrasana. Okay, ma'am, I'm demonstrating you the Vakrasana. Keeping the one leg to the forward, one banded from the knee. So which hand you bend it from the knee, the same hand you will keep at the back side. Opposite hand come across the leg. You can keep your hand in this way. Also, you can grip your leg. You have to stretch your lower back and look at the back side. Okay, keeping your elbow straight. Okay, this is a Vakrasana. Then the Mandukasana. Mandukasana is also very, very beneficial in the condition of both the diabetes and the condition of the PCOD and or the reproductive health issues. Okay, Mandukasana. I will show you how to perform the Mandukasana. Sit in the Vajrasana. Make the fist. Keep the finger inside or the thumb inside, finger to the outside. Keep below the navel. Inhale up. Exhale down. Okay. The difference between the Matsyendrasana Asana and the Vakrasana. In the Matsyendrasana Asana, we bend the leg, both legs, like this. Okay. And in the Vakrasana, we keep the one leg straight. You will find a little bit more twisting in the Matsyendrasana Asana and little bit difficult in comparison to the Vakrasana. Keeping the hand and bring it across the leg. That is the Ardha Matsyendrasana Asana. When we try the Purna Matsyendrasana Asana, it becomes more difficult. Okay. So this is the Ardha Matsyendrasana Asana. Okay, so all the asanas is clear to everyone. The
Ma'am,
next asana that is
how to do Matsyendrasan? Poon Matsyendrasan?
Paripurna Matsyendrasana Asana is very difficult. You have to keep the one leg over here, another across the leg, and then you have to bring the hand and grip to the leg. Very advanced position is that. काफी एडवांस में आता है आपके. Okay. Most advanced asana is the Paripurna Matsyendrasana. From here we don't need to understand, we don't need to perform the Paripurna. We need to stay at the Ardha Matsyendrasana. Clear? Clear हुआ सभी को? Can you hear me? Voice आ रही है?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It is clear.
Okay. Okay. So we don't need to perform the Paripurna Matsyendrasana. We can do the Vakrasana and the Ardha Matsyendrasana. The next one that is very wonderful, especially for the woman, that is the Chakki Chalasana. It is very wonderful for the reproductive health. So how to perform the Chakki Chalasana? I'll show you. You have to open up the leg. Okay, then you have to interlock your hands, and you don't need to move only your hands, you also need to move your lower body at the same time. Okay, so you have to keep your hands straight, only your belly or your back is going to be move in the position. Okay, some people do like this, they just move their hands. No, this is the incorrect way. You have to move the upper body completely in the clockwise and in the anti-clockwise rotation. Clear? The next asana is the Baddhikod asana or the Titli asana. These are the couple of asanas that are wonderful in the condition of the PCOD and the PCOS. Clear to everyone? But these asanas should not be performed during the menstrual time. You have to be careful about it. These asanas should not be performed during the menstrual. Okay, in the menstrual time, we need to take the proper rest at least for the 3 days, and then again you can start your exercise. Okay, some people ask me that should we perform the exercise during the menstrual? Why we should not perform the exercises during the menstrual? So here is an experienced answer that I have. So who have performed the exercises in their menstrual time, they feel exhausted throughout the month. If they have performed the exercise during the menstrual, they have feel the tiredness and the weakness throughout the month. But who did not perform the exercise during the menstrual, who take the proper rest during the menstrual, they have after the menstrual they have wonderful energy still in their body for the whole month. Okay, so that time you have to give yourself for the healing process. You have to take the proper rest and keep the proper hydration. Okay, now the next, after the PCOD and the PCOS, there are some self-improving points that I would like to share with everyone over here. So the first one is the relationship amongst the partner. Okay, that are some another important point that the woman should remind for the conception. That is the good relationship amongst their partner. Why it is said that and how we can help the woman in this way. So whenever you are going to perform the conceptual therapy with your student, at that time you can ask to do the exercise by their partner as well. And when you are going to do the counseling and the discussion about the conception, they both get aware about it, and they both are going to work on it. This will also create some awareness in them and help them to create a wonderful bonding when they are going to perform the exercise together and the pranayam together. Second, the proper lifestyle they need to manage. They need to quite avoid the junk food and the fast food and the processed and the packed food, because that increase some toxicity in their body. Then the intake of the caffeine they need to decrease from their diet. After that, they have to take the proper sleep. Now the some problem that comes in a woman's life regarding the sleep is that they do not have the time of the 5 to 6 hours to get into the sleep. For example, your basic sleep should be from 7 to 8 hours. Okay, the sleep that we need according to the woman's activity, at least 7 to 8 hours. But in case what is happening, the woman is the working woman and she work for the 8 to 10 hours. In that condition, she did not get the proper time for the sleeping. ऐसी कंडीशन में उसको सोने के लिए पूरा समय नहीं मिल पाता. In that condition, when she go to the bed, and it does not happen generally when you go to sleep and instant you get into the sleep. It takes a time, sometimes the 15 minute, 20 minute, half an hour, and if you are tackling with the stress, it can take more. So overall, the sleep that she take is 5 to 4 to 5 hours. But the sleep that she need is at least for the 8 hours. So the 4 hour and the 5 hour is sufficient for the physical rest, for the rest of the physical body. But your mind did not get relaxed within the 5 to 4 to 5 hours. Or when you wake up, you did not feel that you have slept properly. And that again disturb your life routine. So in that condition, what we can do, because the women have a very less time for the sleeping, in that condition, the योग निद्रा is going to be help that student. ऐसी condition में योग निद्रा जो है आपके स्टूडेंट की हेल्प कर सकता है. हाउ योग निद्रा इज गोइंग टू बी हेल्पफुल? Whenever you are going to search the Yog Nidra on somewhere on the YouTube and Google, you will find some titles with the Yog Nidra. Complete your 5 or the 10 hours sleep in the 10 minutes or the 5 hours sleep in the 10 minutes. It does not mean that you are not going to be sleep for the whole day, and you are just listening to that 10-minute yog nidra and you are going to relax yourself for that 10-hour sleep. No, it does not happen because the physical body needs the proper relaxation, at least 5 to 6 hours. But the yog nidra helpful for them who did not feel the fulfill of their sleep, the complete sleep, who did not feel their complete sleep and they still feel the sick after waking up. So in that condition, for the proper mental relaxation, when you have a very less time for the sleeping, to relax your mind, to calm your mind, you can take the you can get into the योग निद्रा. कहने का क्या मतलब है, शरीर के लिए 5 से 6 घंटे की जो आप लेटते हैं वो आपके शरीर को तो रिलैक्स कर देगा, बट आपको जो माइंड से है वो सेटिस्फेक्शन नहीं मिलेगा स्लीप को लेकर के. ठीक है, आपने देखा होगा जब भी आप सर्च करते हैं तो क्या टाइटल आता है कि 10 घंटे की नींद पूरी करें 10 मिनट में. तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आपने रोज 10 मिनट की योग निद्रा सुन करके अपना काम कर लेना है, नहीं, क्योंकि आपके फिजिकल बॉडी को जो रिलैक्सेशन की जरूरत है वो तो हमने लेना है. उसके बाद अगर आपका मेंटली रिलैक्सेशन नहीं हो पा रहा है नींद से, तो ऐसी कंडीशन में योग निद्रा आपके लिए हेल्पफुल होगा. ठीक है, सो इन दिस कंडीशन we can give the rest to the patient for the in the yog nidra for the 10 minute or the 15 minute. Okay, so yog nidra is again helpful to fulfill the relaxation of the mind. Clear हुआ सभी को? Okay, so these are something that we need to be remind before the conception. And now we have almost covered all the issues that can be seen during the in the then that become the hurdle during the conception. And there are some more Kegel exercise that I have to told you. So the another Kegel exercise two I have told you in the last class, that is the Moolbandha and the Ashwini Mudra. The next one is the lifting your hips up and down in the Setu Bandh Asana. Bridge pose में अपने hips को up and down कर. Okay, so I will show you how to do that. Keeping the hand down, lift the waist up and waist down. Waist up and waist down. This also work on your perineum. ये भी आपके perineum muscles पर काम करता है. It give the strength to your perineum, and perineum are the muscles that holds your reproductive organ. The next exercise, keep the distance between the legs more than the shoulder level. Then lift the waist up and then try to touch your knee and bring them back. Touch the knee and bring them back. This is again a kind of Kegel exercise which give you the strength to your perineum muscles. Then the next one, lifting the leg on the 90-degree and scissor. Crisscross of the leg. Okay. And while crisscrossing, bring them down and again bring them up. Okay, clear? So these are 13 exercise, Kegel exercise that are helpful to once again maintain the strength of the reproductive health or the reproductive muscles. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the diet. The diet for the consumption. When we are discussing about the yoga therapy do not work alone. The diet, we need to be careful about the diet at the same time. So we have learned that what we need to restrict during the consumption. Now we need to learn that what we need to take in the diet for the consumption. Okay, the one thing that we need to remind, and with this one sentence you can remember, you can memorize the whole diet that we should take during the. Okay ma'am, I'll show you the exercise at the last of the class. Please remind me at that time. ठीक है, क्लास के आखिर में आप रिमाइंड कराइएगा जो भी अभी आपको एक्सरसाइज क्लियर नहीं हुआ. आई विल डेमोन्स्ट्रेट देम अगेन. ओके, चलेगा. So one thing that you need to be add in the diet for the consumption is that the more colorful diet, is going to be helpful for the consumption. That means your plate should contain the most colorful diet. Colorful diet in the means it means the colorful fruits and the colorful vegetables. Okay, so let's take a look about the diet for the consumption. Just give me a second, everyone. Okay, so diet for the fertility. Okay. Okay, if anyone having doubt only then you need to unmute your mic, otherwise keep your mic mute. Okay. Okay. So now let's discuss about the diet for the fertility. The first point said that according to the data of you lately disorder can be found who consume more transparent sugar from carbohydrate and more animal protein. Okay. So what does that mean? According to the data, that means the woman who consume more sugar, okay, the more raw sugar, and the woman who consume the more animal protein. Animal protein in the sense, not it is said about the milk and the dairy product. That means the red meat, such kind of food are very harmful for the fertility. Okay, that means the animal protein because it needs a lots of procedure for the digestion. It digests very late inside the stomach. It remains inside your stomach for very long time. So this data said about this. So that means if you want to come in the procedure of the consumption at that time, you have to decrease the amount of the sugar. On another hand, you have to stop taking the animal protein. Not discussing about the dairy product, but it is said about the raw meat, red meat. Okay, such kind of food should not be taken if you are preparing yourself for the consumption. Food that is rich in glutathione important for over fertility. Okay, so what is the glutathione? We are going to be discussed in the chart as well. So there are some food, the colorful fruits and the vegetables had contain the glutathione. Okay, so examples are there, watermelon. So you are whenever you are going to be found the more colorful fruits and the vegetable, they have the more amount of the glutathione. So example watermelon, broccoli, spinach, carrot, garlic, cauliflower and the avocado. Make sure your half of your plate should be composed of fresh fruits and vegetables. Okay, so as I told you before moving to this slide, that the one thing that we need to keep in our mind, that more colorful diet is going to be important and essential for the fertility. So again, the point is say that the same thing, that make sure your half of your plate should composed of fresh fruit and the vegetables. That means if you are taking the lunch, the half part of the lunch should be the fresh fruits and the vegetables. We should consume healthy plant-based unsaturated fat and herbal ghee. Herbal ghee means the meaning of the herbal ghee. Okay, so what is the proper meaning of the herbal ghee? So the cow ghee, the ghee that we obtain from the cow milk. Okay, it is considered as the herbal ghee, especially those cow who eat the more plants. ऐसी गाय जो आर्टिफिशियल फूड न लेती हो, जो नेचुरल प्लांट्स खाती हो, ऐसे फूड को लेती हो, तो उनके जो घी है उसको हर्बल घी माना गया है. एंड in some of the area herbal ghee is considered the cow who eat the medicinal plant as well. ऐसी गाय जो मेडिसिनल प्लांट्स खाती हैं, जो उनसे कंज्यूम होने वाला घी है वो हर्बल घी होता है. And the cow ghee contain the omega 3 fatty acid that are very essential for our body. तो अभी क्या है, the most of the people has moving toward the vegan diet. वो vegan diet की ओर बढ़ रहे हैं, but they forget about it that such type of fat is also essential for our bodies. Yes, definitely the vegan diet is good for those who has been eating the non-vegetarian diet for the very long time. आप समझ रहे हैं ना, जो पहले से ही नॉन वेजिटेरियन डाइट मीट इस प्रकार का भोजन बहुत लंबे समय से ले रहे हैं, तो अगर दे गेट कन्वर्टेड टू द वीगन डाइट इट इज गुड फॉर देम. बट यस, वीगन डाइट इज गुड, दैट मीन्स द मीट एंड द नॉन वेजिटेरियन डाइट इज unhealthy for your body, but the vegetarian diet contain the dairy product especially that we consume from the cow is good for your health. So again we can say that it is written over here, we should consume the healthy plant-based unsaturated fats. Unsaturated fat, there are the three types of the fat: the unsaturated fat, saturated fat and the trans fat. So the unsaturated fat are the fat that are essential for our body and good for our body, जो आपके शरीर को जिनकी जरूरत पड़ती है और वो आपकी बॉडी के लिए बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट और कैसे होते हैं, बेनिफिशियल होते हैं. बट देर आर द सेचुरेटेड काइंड्स ऑफ फैट, they become solid at the room temperature, they are unhealthy. And the trans fat also can say that the processed fat, ऐसे फैट जिनको बार बार पकाया जाए, बार बार गर्म करके बनाया जाए, जैसे कि the you take the junk food, you eat the deep fry things, they all have contains the trans fat. Okay, there are some examples of the unsaturated fatty acid that are good in omega 3 fatty acid. So let's see about them. The first one is the flax seeds. Okay, they are the flax seeds. Flax seeds have rich in omega 3 fatty acid and the magnesium. Naturally gluten free. Gluten free diet is also very important, essential for the fertility. Raw and unroasted, certified organic, clean and natural, rich in dietary fibers. Okay, so that is the flaxseed. वॉइस आ रही है ना सभी को? कैन यू हियर मी?
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, अभी जो आपको बताया जा रहा है आप क्लियर कर पा रहे हैं ना, समझ पा रहे हैं ना?
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, सो दैट इज द फर्स्ट फूड that has the saturated fatty acid. The next one is the avocado. Avocado promise in protecting against colon, stomach, pancreatic and cervical cancer. Avocado loaded with heart healthy mono unsaturated fatty acid. Okay, so the mono unsaturated fatty acids are more wonderful for your body in comparison to the polyunsaturated fatty acid. Okay, so mono are come in the better qualities. Eating avocado can lower cholesterol and triglyceride levels. Okay, so triglyceride is a kind of fat that are not that should not be stored in very high amount inside your body. So it helps you to lower the triglyceride level and lower the bad cholesterol. Avocado contain high level of folate which helps decrease the risk of the depression. Eating avocado help you to lose weight. Avocado are loaded with powerful antioxidant and can protect your eyes. Okay, so they have the fat. You can see that the good amount of the fat, that is the good fat. Protein, carbohydrate, and calories and the fibers. Next one is the walnut and the almond. They also have the good fat. Okay, the good fat, that means, okay, let's discuss about the first walnut. The walnut also have the essential fat, protein, fiber, carbs, and the calories. It also contains the good fat that is essential for your body. Similarly, the almonds are cholesterol free, gluten free, good source of fiber, low in saturated fat. Okay, very low in saturated fat, that means rich in unsaturated fat and phytonutrients. We will learn about the phytonutrients also later, that are also essential for the diet. Good source of fiber. क्लियर? समझ आ रहे हैं ना सभी को? क्लियर होता जा रहा है? Okay, now discuss about the phytochemicals. Phytochemicals, for example, giving below in a chart, that is very beneficial for the fertility. So as I told you, the colorful fruit and vegetables and the phytochemicals. Phyto means, the phyto word, that means is somewhere related to the color. So you will add the more colorful diet, raw diet in your, the more colorful raw fruits and the vegetables in your diet, you are going to be see the wonderful result for your fertility. Okay, so here are some examples like a strawberry, red and purple berries, tomato, carrot, papaya, okay, asparagus, broccoli, cauliflower, radish, okay, garlic, onions. These have the different types of the phytochemicals that are given in the middle of the chart. Allyl sulfate. Okay, these are the name of the different phytochemicals, and the phytochemicals are very very essential for the fertility. Okay, so white, green, yellow and green, orange and yellow, orange, red and purple and red. These are the colors. That means the more colorful fruits and the vegetables are going to be have the phytochemicals present in. Now let's see what the other thing that we need to eat. Carbohydrate, it should not be whole grain, it should be whole grain. Okay, so there are the two types of the carbohydrate. The one is the good carbohydrate, so your whole grains, यानी कि आपके जो अनाज होते हैं like ज्वार, बाजरा, okay, these all are the good types of the carbohydrates. Then what are the bad carbohydrate? The refined carbohydrate, for example the मैदा. जो आप मैदा लेते हैं वो क्या है? रिफाइंड कार्बोहाइड्रेट है, एंड दैट आर वेरी अनहेल्दी फॉर द body. Okay, so we need to take the good carbohydrate instead of the refined carbohydrate. Next one is the protein. The protein that are good for the fertility are the cereals, pulses and leguminous plant. What are the leguminous plant? जो फलीदार प्लांट होते हैं आपके, that are known as the leguminous. The pod seeds are the leguminous plant. For example, pea, drumstick. Drumstick contain a very good type of the protein. जो ड्रमस्टिक होता है उसमें बहुत अच्छा वाला प्रोटीन आपका पाया जाता है. The another example like the beans, raw beans, these all are the leguminous plant. यानी भी फलीदार जो plants होते हैं, they are they have contain a very good amount and the good source of the protein. Then folic acid and green leafy vegetables, citrus fruit, banana and the papaya. Okay. Folic acid. So when we enter to the pregnancy and the doctor recommend to add the tablet of the folic acid as well. ठीक है, फोलिक एसिड की जो टैबलेट्स हैं वो लेने को कहा जाता है ड्यूरिंग द प्रेगनेंसी, recommended by the every doctor to the every woman. So that means the folic acid is very essential for your body. So if there is a very low amount of the folic acid is going to be inside your body at that time, you have to fulfill and cover your demand of the folic acid. Otherwise, you are going to have the difficulty in the consumption. Okay. Then the next one is the green leafy vegetables. So these are some source of the folic acid, the green leafy vegetables. Citrus fruit, they are good for the immunity to fight with the different kinds of the disease inside your body. And the banana and the papaya, they are also have the good amount of the folic acid. Okay. Now the next one is the dairy product for the calcium is also essential for the fertility. For example, the cow milk and the yogurt. They contain the good amount of the calcium and that are again essential for your body. So calcium is only not essential for the bone but also essential for the physiological function. As you know, your thyroid is work with the help of the calcium ion, but if you are not going to have the proper calcium ion in your body at that time, what is going to be happen? The thyroid is not going to be work properly. So the calcium is not only essential for bone but also for the physiological functions of your body. Okay. If you have ever learned about the enzyme and the cofactors at that time, you will learn the certain minerals, for example, the calcium, magnesium are very essential for the different procedure in your body. The next one is the phytoestrogen. Phyto means the food that we get from the plants. Okay, phyto means होते हैं जो आप plant से मिलता है, that is the phyto. Estrogen means the essential hormone that is secreted by the ovary in the woman. Okay, for regulating the menstrual and the different procedure in the woman. So now the thing is that the estrogen is very essential also for the conception. But in some condition, there are you will find the lack of the estrogen hormone in the woman. In that condition, there are the certain foods that are rich in the estrogen. They are the plant-based estrogen and will help you to fulfill the demand of the estrogen. If you're having the deficiency, only then you have to take the rich diet of the estrogen. So whenever you go for the checkup and the doctor has tell you about it that you have a very low amount of the or the deficiency of the estrogen in your body. The ovary does not secrete the proper amount of the estrogen. Only in that condition we need to take the estrogen rich diet. Okay. So phyto means the plant based estrogen. So some sources of the estrogen are flaxseed, sesame यानी कि काली तिली, soybean and the soybean product, then cruciferous vegetables, for example, the broccoli, cauliflower, garlic, ginseng, wheat bran, oats, peanut, almonds, apple, pomegranate, berries, and the peaches. Then dates and the apricot and the licorice. Okay, these are some food that are rich in the phytoestrogen. The one more thing that I would like to tell you, every woman who are present in the class, at the age of the at 35, you can see the deficiency, the natural deficiency in the estrogen. Because as I told you, the estrogen is also essential for the maintain the bone density of the woman. So when we are proceeding toward the menopause, जब हम menopause की ओर proceeding करते हैं, आगे बढ़ने लगते हैं, so it happen generally during the age of the 35. At that condition, your ovary start making the less amount of the estrogen. In that condition, you can see the deficiency of the estrogen leads to the low bone density. In that condition, the women have the different issues related to the bone. For example, the arthritis, pain, weakness of the bone get cracked easily, fractures easily. In that condition, you must start taking the phytoestrogen, any source of the phytoestrogen. You can take the flaxseed in your daily routine, sesame seed in your daily routine, and at the same time, you have to start taking the milk and the proper barking in the sunlight. After the age of the 35, you must add the milk and any phytoestrogen in your daily diet. For example, if you are taking the flaxseed, the 1 teaspoon of the flaxseed with the milk is going to be essential to maintain your menopause, the timing of the menopause, and it go easier. Okay, so the diet is clear to everyone. So the phytoestrogen during the infertility only we need to take when we have the low amount of the estrogen inside the body. So you have to be make sure with the diagnosis that whether we are going to have the deficiency of the estrogen or not. Clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone having any doubt? किसी को कोई doubt है?
मैम एक क्वेश्चन था मेरा, जैसे
जी
अभी
बताएं.
हम, हाँ जी, अभी जैसे हम लोग ये कर रहे हैं तो ये पूरा का पूरा फीमेल के ऊपर है, कंसेप्शन का जो हम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन बहुत बार मेल्स में कुछ इशू होती है, तो उनके लिए कुछ स्पेशल डाइट या ऐसा होता है या कुछ एक्सरसाइजेस?
देखिएगा देखिएगा मेल्स इन कंडीशन ऑफ द मेल्स, देखिए जब तक डायग्नोस से हमें नहीं पता चलता है कि क्या इशू है तो हम उसके बारे में किसी भी प्रकार का निर्णय नहीं ले सकते हैं, है ना. तो मेल के इन कंपैरिजन टू द फीमेल, मेल के साथ ये रेयर केस है कि उनके साथ समस्या आती है, तो उनके साथ क्या फिजियोलॉजिकल प्रॉब्लम आती है, सो दैट इज गोइंग टू बी टेकन केयर बाय द डॉक्टर. हाँ, लेकिन कुछ ऐसे डिसफंक्शंस होते हैं जैसे इरेक्टाइल डिसफंक्शंस, इनके बारे में मैं आपको नेक्स्ट क्लास में बता दूंगी. That can if the problem is related to that, in that way we can help the male also with the help of the yoga.
ओके मैम, थैंक यू
Okay,
मैम.
जी thank you. Okay, अनुराधा मैम. Yes, आप रेज करिएगा,
ये
सभी लोग हैंड्स रेज करें, then I will take your query one by one. Yes,
हाँ मैम,
अनुराधा
कल
मैम.
कल आपने बताया था ये आसन कपालभाति करना चाहिए करके. तो कपालभाति तो हीट जनरेट करने के लिए होती है, तो फिर वो कंसेप्शन के लिए काम नहीं आएगा ना वो?
नहीं नहीं मैम, देखिएगा आप, ऐसा नहीं है कि कपालभाति हीट जनरेट करने के लिए होती है. ऐसे तो आप कोई भी योगा आसन करते हैं, सूर्य नमस्कार करते हैं, तो ये तो आपके शरीर में हीट जनरेट करेगा ही. कपालभाति इज कमिंग फ्रॉम द षट क्रिया. षट क्रिया में आता है धौती, वस्ती, नेति, नौली, त्राटक एंड द कपालभाति. दैट इज वेरी इसेंशियल फॉर क्लीनिंग ऑफ योर बॉडी. आपकी नाड़ियों की शुद्धि करता है कपालभाति का अभ्यास. ठीक है, वो एक एक्स्ट्रा चीज है. कई सारे प्राणायाम है जो फास्ट होते हैं, वो आपके शरीर में हीट जनरेट भी करता है. तो इसलिए जैसे हाइपरटेंशन जैसी समस्याओं में ऑलरेडी हीट जनरेटेड है, तो ऐसी कंडीशन में हम ऐसे प्राणायाम या ऐसी क्रियाओं को अवॉइड करते हैं. ठीक है, नहीं तो अगर हम इस तरीके से सोचेंगे कि ये हीट जनरेट कर रहा है, ये कर रहा है, तो ऐसे आपके सभी आसन में रेस्ट्रिक्शन लग जाएगा ना, क्योंकि कोई भी फिजिकल एक्टिविटी है डेफिनेटली आपके शरीर में हीट जनरेट करे.
नॉर्मली बताते हैं ना मैम कि कंसेप्शन से पहले हीट जनरेट करने वाला कोई भी चीज खाना नहीं चाहिए, करना नहीं चाहिए करके. क्योंकि जब मेरी हुई थी तभी मेरी डॉक्टर ने मुझे एडवाइस किया था कि सर्टेन एक्सरसाइजेस वगैरह और सर्टेन फूड्स वगैरह आपको बंद करना है करके. तो इसीलिए फिर मैं
हाँ
आपको वो डाउट.
हाँ मैम, गॉट इट, आई गॉट इट. लेकिन देखिएगा, जैसे योगा थेरेपी चलता है तो उसमें सिर्फ ऐसा नहीं होता कि आप यू आर ओनली गोइंग टू परफॉर्म द कपाल भाती, या आप पूरे टाइम कपाल भाती करें. कपाल भाती के बाद आप कई सारे आसन प्राणायाम और करते हैं, शीतली करते हैं, शीतकारी करते हैं. तो ओवर, अगर आप योगा को ऐसे देखेंगे एज अ थेरेपी, तो आपके शरीर को बैलेंस करेगा, किसी भी प्रकार का डिस्टरबेंस नहीं लेकर आएगा। बट हाँ, जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया, इन केस यू आर हैविंग द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ द हाइपरटेंशन, एसिडिटी, इन सच काइंड ऑफ कंडीशन वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू परफॉर्म द कपालभाति। ठीक है, कपालभाति क्या है, एक परमानेंट हीट नहीं आपके शरीर में जनरेट करता है। कुछ गर्म चीजें खाने को मना कर दिया जाता है कंसेप्शन के टाइम, लेकिन कपालभाति कब तक हीट जनरेट करेगा, जब आप उसे कर रहे हैं उस ड्यूरेशन, उसके बाद कुछ देर बाद आपका शरीर नॉर्मल। ठीक है, तो डाइट को, ऐसी डाइट्स को इसलिए मना किया जाता है क्योंकि वो आपके शरीर में हीट को काफी समय तक बनाए रखते हैं। ठीक है जी, एनीवन एल्स? ओके, नाउ द नेहा मैम हैव रेज्ड द hand.
मैम, मेरी एक स्टूडेंट है, उसको पीसीओडी है और उसका भी मिसकैरेज हो गया है, तो वो अब नॉर्मल योगा कब से ज्वाइन कर सकती है, कितने
Okay,
टाइम के?
after the miscarriage, she must need to take the relaxation of the 1 or the 2 month. 1 से 1.5 महीने या 2 महीने का वो बीच में थोड़ा सा प्रॉपर रिलैक्सेशन है। शी कैन स्टार्ट विद द जेंटल प्राणायाम, हल्के बहुत प्राणायाम से वो शुरुआत अपनी कर सकती हैं। शी कैन आल्सो स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द सूक्ष्म व्यायाम, ओनली द अपर बॉडी सूक्ष्म व्यायाम, यानी कि इसमें लोअर बॉडी पार्ट इन्वॉल्व ना हो, सिर्फ ऊपर के जो शरीर जो है आपका, उससे ही सूक्ष्म व्यायाम को कर सकते हैं। Anyone else? Okay, Sheetla Jaiswal ma'am.
Hello.
जी मैम.
Yeah, I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible.
ओके, जैसा आपने अभी बताया कि कंसेप्शन से पहले हम लोग पपाया खा सकते हैं बिफोर प्रेगनेंसी, तो जनरली डॉक्टर सजेस्ट करते हैं कि पपाया नहीं खाना चाहिए।
वो कंसेप्शन के पहले नहीं मैम, ड्यूरिंग द कंसेप्शन नहीं खाना चाहिए। ठीक है, कंसेप्शन के पहले दे आर गुड इन द फोलिक एसिड, अगर आपके शरीर में फोलिक एसिड की कमी हो रही है। और डिटॉक्सिफिकेशन के बारे में हमने बात की थी, तो डिटॉक्सिफिकेशन के लिए भी पपाया अच्छा होता है। तो बिफोर कंसेप्शन यू कैन हैव द पपाया।
एंड अनदर क्वेश्चन इज था कुछ नी बेंडिंग वाला।
मैम आपकी वॉइस ब्रेक हो रही है काफी ज्यादा।
हेलो।
हाँ, अभी क्लियर बताएं।
या आपने सेतुबंध आसन के बाद एक कोई सा आसन बताया था विथ नी बेंडिंग।
ओके ओके मैम, मैं वो आपको बता देती हूँ, उसमें थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन हुआ होगा, है ना। यू हैव टू लाई डाउन इन द,
हाँ, आपका पूरा बॉडी दिख नहीं पाया था, इसी वजह से आपका लोअर बॉडी।
ठीक है ठीक है
हाँ, बताइए
मैम। आपको सेतुबंध आसन की स्थिति में लेटना है और पैरों के बीच में गैप बना करके रखना। ओके, तो आपको क्या करना है, इस तरीके से सेतुबंध आसन में ही लेटना है, पैरों के बीच में गैप बना लेना है।
ओके,
यानी कि पैरों को क्लोज नहीं रखना है, गैप बना लेना है। एंड देन सिर्फ पैर के जो पंजे हैं वो वहीं रहेंगे, नीज को आपस में टच करेंगे और वापस दूर लेकर जाएंगे, टच करेंगे और वापस दूर लेकर जाएंगे। ठीक है,
ओके। तो दिस फॉर पेल्विक मसल स्ट्रेचिंग।
ये आपकी पैल्विक पेरिनियम्स के लिए होता है, पेरिनियम मसल्स।
थैंक यू, थैंक यू,
थैंक यू थैंक यू।
मैम मैं बोलना चाहती थी कि अभी मैम ने पपाया का बारे में बोला, तो मैं क्या बोल रही थी, मेरी डॉक्टर जो है, अभी मेरे भी प्रेगनेंसी अभी हुई है, तो भी मेरे बॉडी में भी बहुत ज्यादा हीट थी, मेरा भी मिसकैरेज हुआ है वगैरह। मैंने डॉक्टर को भी पूछा था कि मैं पपाया वगैरह खा सकती हूँ या नहीं खा सकती हूँ। मुझे लगा कि सब लोग बोलते हैं ना, अभी मिसकैरेज हुआ है, हीट बहुत है, प्रेगनेंसी नहीं रहेगी तो पपाया मत खाओ। पर डॉक्टर ने मुझे कहा कि ऐसा कुछ, हम लोग पूरा पपाया थोड़ी खाते हैं, 1 स्लाइस खाते हैं, 2 स्लाइस खाते हैं, तो कौन सा फ्रूट अवॉइड नहीं करना चाहिए? मतलब अभी
हाँ, आप थोड़ा थोड़ा आप इसको लीजिए, बिल्कुल। लेकिन ड्यूरिंग द प्रेगनेंसी आपको इसको नहीं लेना होता है, उसका रीजन मैं भी बता देती हूँ। देखिए, कंसेप्शन के लिए आप तैयारी कर रहे हैं तो आप थोड़ा थोड़ा अमाउंट में ले सकते हैं एज अ मेडिसिन। ठीक है, और एक आप जो पपाया लेते हैं वो लेते हैं कंप्लीट डिटॉक्सिफिकेशन के लिए, जैसे जिनका पेट साफ नहीं होता है ना, दे टेक द पपाया फुल ऑफ बाउल, फुल लेते हैं वो। दे हैव द डिफरेंट पर्पस, बट वी हैव द डिफरेंट पर्पस ऑफ टेकिंग दैट फ्रूट, तो हमें उस पर्पस से नहीं लेना है, तो थोड़ा बहुत
मैं
आप ले
बिफोर
सकते हैं, बट
प्रेगनेंसी
डेफिनेटली हाँ
बिफोर प्रेगनेंसी, बिकॉज ऑफ हम लोग पूरा थोड़ी खाते हैं, या 1 स्लाइस 2
जी
स्लाइस
डेफिनेटली
ओके, तो सब
यस
फ्रूट्स
मैम
खा सकते हैं
डेफिनेटली
ना,
क्योंकि
मतलब
उसमें
हाँ।
हाँ बिल्कुल। अभी तो आपने देखा था ना मैम, मैंने आपको दिखाया था कि फाइटोकेमिकल्स में पपाया भी इंक्लूडेड था,
हाँ
अगर
वही
आपने
तो,
देखा
हाँ
हो,
हाँ
है ना?
हाँ हाँ।
तो एसेंशियल है, फर्टिलिटी के लिए एसेंशियल है, ठीक है। और जब डिटॉक्सिफिकेशन के बारे में बात आती है तो वो डिटॉक्सिफिकेशन अलग चलता है, जिसमें पपाया जूस, खाली पेट पपाया, ये सब दिया जाता है ना। तो वो डिफरेंट हो जाता है यहाँ पर। बट हाँ, ड्यूरिंग द प्रेगनेंसी पपाया नहीं लेते हैं, क्योंकि पपाया में क्या होता है, लिटेक्स होता है। अगर कहीं से पपाया कच्चा या अनराइप रह गया तो वो आपके लिए नुकसान कर जाएगा, बेबी के लिए। तो
ओके
इसलिए
ओके
ड्यूरिंग द प्रेगनेंसी हम पपाया को अवॉइड करते हैं, बट बिफोर द प्रेगनेंसी एंड आफ्टर द डिलीवरी ऑफ द बेबी हैविंग द पपाया इज गुड। इवन आफ्टर द डिलीवरी ऑफ द बेबी अगर आप थोड़ा थोड़ा पपाया अपनी डाइट में शामिल करते हैं, सो इट इज गुड फॉर द मिल्क प्रोडक्शन एज वेल। मिल्क प्रोडक्शन के लिए अच्छा होता
ओके ओके, थैंक यू।
है। ओके okay, so let's end this class over here, and we'll see you in the next class. I hope everyone's doubt is clear, and thank you ma'am for sharing your knowledge with us। जो आपने पपाया के बारे में बताया उसके लिए थैंक यू सो मच। एंड
थैंक यू।
ओके ओके मैम, शो मी योर बेबी, ही इज सो क्यूट। हेलो, हाय।